Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another wrestling review. So, a couple preliminaries before we begin. For starters, these are going to be the last two, any type, if that makes any sense, wrestling reviews that I'm going to do before the month of August, and then it will be full speed ahead into SummerSlam. And the matches that I have planned to review for SummerSlam season are sure to be some good ones. This review, that being said, this review and the review I'm going to be talking about later on this week are both connected in a way. And the connection will be more apparent and as we get to that review. But without further ado, let's get right into this. So, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns suffered his first pinfall loss back at Money in the Bank. If you haven't already, go check out that review on the channel. He suffered his first pinfall loss at Money in the Bank for the first time since TLC 2019 against his cousin, Jey Uso. But what if I told you that's obviously not the first time Roman Reigns has been pinned, and that's not the first time he's been pinned by Jey Uso? So when is the first time he was pinned, and when is the first time he was pinned by Jey Uso? Turns out they're one and the same, because as we have the 11-on-3 handicap match from the September 23rd episode of Monday Night Raw. Daniel Bryan and a bunch of guys, including the Usos, the primetime players, R-Truth, Justin Gabriel, Zack Ryder, Kofi Kingston, and Rob Van Dam. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing one or two people. I think I mentioned R-Truth. But they battled our boys, the Shield, in handicap action. So, as always, I'm not a professional wrestling reviewer or a wrestling analyst or anything like that. It's just a man who enjoys a good time, which for the most part I kind of had with this match. It is a Raw match, but there is quite a bit of storyline implications with it, and some stuff that kind of furthers the storyline. For starters, these are a bunch of people who came to the aid in the defense of Daniel Bryan. This is when Daniel Bryan was firmly in his feud with the Authority. The feud where he wasn't supposed to come out as WWE champion, but he did anyway because the fans decided they had enough of the guys that they wanted to be pushed and not getting pushed, and so they rebelled. But nevertheless, this is in the midst of that feud, and so the Shield being the Authority's enforcers at this time. This is when they were heel and very young Shield. Of course, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose, of course, would go on to be Jon Moxley, but very young Shield. So Triple H decided he's going to put the 11-on-3 against these guys, and they speculate on commentary why this is the case. Michael Cole theorizes it could be to drive attention away from the Authority, kind of using the Shield as scapegoats. Although JBL would beg to disagree on commentary. But nevertheless, we have this match here, and it actually wasn't a bad match. Kind of showing some good stuff from both sides, which is impressive. But a couple things that are kind of unrelated. For starters, this is also when the Shield were feuding with the Rhodes brothers, Goldust and Cody Rhodes, so they attacked them before the match even began. But also, man, look how young the Shield looks. Like Roman's beard is nowhere as big as it would go on to be later on. Seth Rollins still has the half blonde in his hair. Dean Ambrose is clean faced and everything. And this is also when they were champions. So Roman and Seth were the tag team champions. Dean was the United States champion, and then so Dean would be defending the U.S. title that Friday on SmackDown. But young babyface looking Shield. Well, even though they're still heels, but very young Shield here. Almost 10 years ago, this match took place. We're almost at the 10-year mark. Some people would count it as 10 years, but because this doesn't happen until September, it's technically not 10 years yet, but it might as well be 10 years. But but like I said, showcasing, and for those of you who've seen these reviews before, you kind of know how this works. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to be talking about what I liked and what I disliked about the match. And what I like is that it really showcased good stuff from both sides. There were some guys who were put in as cannon fodder, or such as like Zack Ryder or Justin Gabriel or Titus O'Neil or Kofi Kingston or Rob Van Dam, essentially just there to be fed to the Shield, and more specifically Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And I think Seth only got like one elimination, if I'm not mistaken, but nevertheless, they're essentially there for that. But the surprise of Roman the Muscle being the first eliminated. Yeah, this is the main reason we're looking at this is because it's the first time Roman Reigns has been pinned by his cousin Jey Uso. But the fact that he was the first to go is pretty interesting. And this is back in the days where I definitely couldn't tell the Usos apart. Even when they said them on commentary, I wasn't the brightest at 12 years old. Or actually, no, I would have been 13 at the time, because this was after my 13th birthday, but I wasn't the brightest 13-year-old, but nevertheless, Jay hitting in the splash after the super kick from Jimmy, he to eliminate Roman, and then Dean was eliminated, and then finally Seth was eliminated when it was down to 4 on 1 with Seth ultimately falling to Daniel Bryan's running knee. But you can tell which guys they really wanted to shine on the other side, the Team WWE side, mainly Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler, who this time Dolph Ziggler was getting hot again, and not like physical appearance, although Dolph Ziggler is a very handsome man, but like in terms of hooking, where he was the one, for starters, he was the one who was going to be facing Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title, but also it would be next year where he would overcome the deficit to win it for Team WWE against the Authority. And then after which by the time we get to the Shield is no more, which is crazy to think about. But Ziggler's definitely got a fire under him. He one of the main people against the Authority. And I believe this was right after his World Heavyweight title run, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Ziggler is definitely like really hot around this time. And Daniel Bryan, of course, hurts Daniel Bryan in getting the biggest ovation. So having him pick up the win over Seth Rollins, I think, was the smart move. And yeah, so pretty solid. And then you had the Shield try to interfere again, and they were taken out. How the Usos even double super kicked Roman, which I guess 10 years later, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But yeah, so if I had to find something I didn't really like about the match, just having some people be, the cannon fodder, which makes sense, but just the fact they were cannon fodder, and it didn't really, it got over Roman, but it didn't really contribute much to them. But sometimes you gotta have some cannon fodder in there. But this mainly serving to further the story of not just the Shield and the Authority against Daniel Bryan, but perhaps the start of the eventual dissolution, causing the Shield to eventually turn on the Authority. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review, and now you know how Roman suffered his first pin. And like I said, this match and the next match are connected in a way, and you'll find out why when I get to that match. But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video, so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the match and my review of the match. Did you like this, like the match? Did you like this, like my review of the match? Let me know. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.